Before Minister producing fuel low heights, now line low. Mumasena, Highlands regions are refuel low heights.
It has been outstanding since first gas flowed in 2014.
And he is misleading Parliament. If he's got evidence, he should table it.
What transaction? That the former Prime Minister drank coffee with Peter Botton. I beg your pardon, withdraw his name.
It is my duty, Mr. Speaker, to correct him. If he's got evidence, he should table it.
The Honourable Member for Komo, Hela.
My question is in relation to Croton equity 4.27%. Now, question blooming by me directing to the Prime Minister. My first question, when are the provincial government, landowner and especially the affected provincial governments, the Hela, Gulf provincial government, Western and the Central provincial government will receive the 4.27% equity? That's my question one. Question two, one amended T by managing this law, Croton 4.27% equity. Question number three, once that Croton 4.27% equity is made available, provincial government na landowners must be separated. Ino putting ko into one basket as well na highly politicized no ka. Samla kan nanti we milukim le mad siya. Provincial government was in board na, then they were manipulated. So, but my people's request, the Papua ground must be managed separately from the provincial government and the national government. And third question below me. Fourth question below me, one time by Section 98 become into effective. If this line but not apply law existing projects like PNG LNG, then can you assure my people that LBSA be reviewed? It's subject to review every after 5 years, but it's overdue now. So can you assure my people and the affected all levels when you're going to schedule for agreement review? And number four. Number five. Well, now you may be more fuel crisis because law. Middle East war, Namelo, Iran, Israel. So fuel prices by going down. Before Minister producing fuel low heights, now line low. Mumasena, Highlands regions are refuel low heights. Now I'm not stopping anymore. So instead of using PDL 5 and producing more, stop it. Now put the PDL 2 producing more. So tinggal kam solo Kumul terminal na sini golo Singapore processing lab na kambe again na. One time more transport cost na unnecessary cost. Si for produce mo lo Singapore na imi bok bayam na give benen lo citizen blimi. So government want them partners like Santos. Want them ExxonMobil can come up now. Come up want them quick intervention strategy. Lo give relief law. Or people blimi. Fuel work flow yet lo PDL. License area block PDL 5 from Moran, na PDL 2, lo kutubu oil flow yet south. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Prime Minister.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. I want to appreciate the question by the member for Komo Hela. In his electorate, you have PDL 1, it straddles PDL 1, PDL 7, PDL 8, PDL 9, PDL 5 and 6, as well as about 20% of PDL 2. So he's pretty much informed on the oil and gas business and the issues pertaining to those oil and gas sector and the interests that our country has in those projects. I want to reply straight to the 4.27% the equity of PNG LNG that is asked to this Parliament and to our country. This is a parcel of equity that is held, the parcel of equity that is held by now Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited, a total of 16.57%. shares held by Kumul Petroleum, and at 2008 or 9 thereabouts, when the umbrella benefit sharing agreement was signed between the landowners from the 5 provinces of PNG LNG and the 5 provincial governments and PNG government, the then Prime Minister Grand Chief Sir Michael Somare, at the insistence of the late Henderson Agiru, that a parcel of share be given to the 5 provinces, because for the national interest, we were in haste to deliver FID and a key organic loan, the Oil and Gas Act was not dispensed with, especially landowner identification. But for the national interest, the provincial governments were rallied, the landowners were rallied to sign off on the agreement, and that triggered the issuance of final investment decision on the 8th of December 2009, if my memory is not wrong. So there's a key outstanding obligation to our 5 provinces and the landowners, more than 60,000 landowners of those 5 provinces. I want to say it has been outstanding since first gas flowed in 2014. 2014, the 5 provinces and the landowners would have been given the right to exercise purchase. Unfortunately, the UBS transaction that saw PNG government then acquired 10.01% share in oil sets, took precedent. So the then government used that 4.27% stake to then acquire 10.01 or 10.1% stake in oil sets. That is now.
We have a point of order. Member for Yalubangia.
The Prime Minister is misleading Parliament. He should know very well that this paper came into Cabinet. The only thing that guaranteed the loan from UBS for the shares and oil sets were the shares itself. Not the 4%, not any shareholding in Kumul Petroleum Holdings. And he is misleading Parliament. If he's got evidence, he should table it. He should just correct himself. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, I'll allow the Prime Minister to continue on the reply. Prime Minister.
Thank you.
Said about this particular transaction, Prime Minister is continuously misleading. When we got that loan, Mr. Speaker, before that loan, all our state assets, SOEs, were mortgaged to the Arabs. The only shares in oil sets was mortgaged for this UBS loan, not any other state-owned entities, including Kumul Petroleum. So he is misleading Parliament, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member.
So now you should correct him, Mr.
Honourable
Speaker.
Member, like I've said,
this is on public interest.
I take note of your point of order. Your point of order is noted, and I will allow the Prime Minister to continue on and take from what you have raised. Prime Minister.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, the former Prime Minister knows exactly what he's talking about. That's why he has the audacity to stand up and interject with a point of order. Under his watch, the beneficiaries of this #1 asset of our country that has paid more than 33 billion kina to our country since 2014, the landowners and the 5 provincial government have not been given the right to exercise purchase because the parcel, 4.27%, was parcel against the UBS transaction. A commission of inquiry established this point. So the landowners are the leader consents who stands in the face of our government, stands in the face of government, in the face of people telling them allow the gas to continue on flowing against mistakes done by those who claim to lead this country of past. You ask this question, where is that 10.1% say in oil sets today? Where is it? This country lost 3 billion kina, over 3 billion kina, over transaction that the former Prime Minister drank coffee with Peter Botton. I beg your pardon, I withdraw his name.
Honorable Member for Hela Bupangia.
I know the Prime Minister is getting emotional.
Honorable Member, before you speak, I'd like to make this clear that please bring up a point of order. Let's not put a debate on what question that the member
when the Prime Minister is continuously misleading Parliament and the country, it is my duty, Mr. Speaker, to correct him. If he's got evidence, he should table it. He's just lying, Mr. Speaker. He knows very well that the landowners could not afford the price that they were given to pay for those shareholders. And our government discounted it to make it affordable for them. And yet still they could not raise the money. He should not be lying to this Parliament, Mr. Speaker. He knows very well what has happened. He should just transfer the shares. He should just transfer the shares to them as they are asking.
Honorable Member.
And he reduced it down to zeros for nothing. He was going to give it to them. Why can't you just transfer it and stop arguing and lying to the nation?
Honorable Member for Hela Bupangia, like I've said earlier, I think you have repeated the same point of order that you have raised, and I've already put it in order for the Prime Minister to reply. So allow the Prime Minister to reply to the member for Komo, who is waiting to respond from the Prime Minister. Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Commissioner Inquiry established that the member for Hela Bupangia lied under oath. So when you talk about lying, an inquiry established you lied under oath. You have no right to lecture me on lying or not lying.
Honorable Prime Minister, we have a point of order from the opposition leader.
Deputy Speaker, as we engage in this light banter, we are missing the question raised by the honourable member. So if the Prime Minister could simply respond to the questions. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Honourable opposition leader, your point of order is in order. I will allow the Prime Minister please respond direct to what the member have raised. Thank you.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, I do apologize to the Chair and to the members of Parliament. The fact remains, since 2014, the gift from Grand Chief Somare was squandered. The opportunity to the landowners was never given in 2014. No opportunity was given to them. A couple of years later, a decision took place to reduce value of that gift by half, and that we place on record. Only the Cabinet made this offer a couple of years later. But on record, when first guests arrived in Japan, no offer to purchase 4.27% was conferred to the 5 provincial governments and to the 60,000 landowners, and I thank them for the patience to hold this project up till this date. This was a gift to the 5 provinces and the landowners, and Grand Chief Somare, late Agiru, and myself, 3 of us, was on a boat owned by Peter Bata outside of Komo Beach, Bangalore, when this gesture was made, so that we could secure landowner signature before 8th of December 2009. Member Hela Bupangia, you were never involved in these things. You squandered our people's resources when it matters most. Sit down and talk some other time. This project would have been closed if someone was not around. You squandered our people's resources. So no can talk to Plani. Sometimes sit down and enjoy lively in Parliament.
But as the most lying Prime Minister of this country, all the promises that you have made, Mr. Speaker, when you talk about squandering, prove it, provide evidence. Where did we squander? You are not the only one who was the savior of that project. Some of us were involved in Pokopo as well. You are not the only landowner. Hela is not the only landowner. Be fair to every other province in the country. Stop being selfish.
Honourable
That's
member,
what is happening in this country. You are taking all the benefits out of that project and not sharing with the country.
Honourable Member for Hela Bupangia, I acknowledge your point of order, but like I've said earlier, it's like you're debating on the question being raised, and your point has already been raised to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, we only have a few minutes. I would like you to go direct to the question the Honourable Member have raised.
I do apologize once again. I'll come back to the Honourable Speaker, Westminster and a member for Komo asked a pertinent question. The 4.27% has not been fully discharged. Still, Kumul Petroleum has that asset. This government have asked for Kumul Petroleum to discharge, and a paper is being worked upon. Once the matter is presented to Cabinet, I'll be able to advise himself and all the other leaders as to what has happened. Kumul Petroleum has been informed to fully give Cabinet a full information package on what happened in 2014, what happened in the UBS mortgage of 4.27% to UBS, in the UBS transaction, where's the asset today, what has happened in the total value package of the 16.57% of Kumul Petroleum. So we're doing a holistic review into the entire asset owned by Kumul Petroleum, including making reference to what happened to the 4.27% in 2014. Once this full information is available, I'll be able to inform the landowners and everyone, and we'll be able to find a solution that gives respect that the landowners and the 5 provincial governments have not been given the right to purchase that 4.27% since 2014. It is now 12 years since first gas flowed, and the Kumul Petroleum has used the 4.27% to the benefit of everyone else. And we will inform the landowners when the decision is being made by Cabinet. On what happens and who will be the holder of this 4.27%, I want to advise all, especially the beneficiaries. This is not a legal entitlement in as far as Oil and Gas Act is concerned. Your legal entitlement is the 2%. This 4.27% was a gift by the then Marape government, and it's meant to enable sustenance. Our government will take decision as to what happens, and we don't want it to be just a cash grant to the province or to the landowners. An element of it must be saved for future generation, and element must be passed on to the beneficiaries and not through middlemen. So we'll structure it in a manner in which some element of cash pass through the beneficiaries. You are receiving beneficiary in terms of the 2% benefits, so the part to distribute is there already, but an element must be saved for future generation. In respect to review on the current PNG LNG project agreement, let me assure the member we'll get back on this matter upon advice from the government officials, whether there's a review clause, etc. If there is a review clause, we'll look into this one. In the 5th question that was asked, especially in relation to using oil and gas from our own production fields, I've sent word to Santos, who is the holder of many of our assets up there in PDL2, PDL5 and 6. I've also indicated to ExxonMobil for us to look at how we could utilize our own gas in country for processing in country, and that's something that I will also report back to this Parliament. But I thank Deputy Speaker for giving the opportunity. I do apologize to the member for Yalu Pangia. Sometimes you and me have these exchanges, but you know very well, I know exactly what happened in the 7 years I was minister in your cabinet.